Hey guys, welcome to this quick Liquiditeam resource. In this video, I'm going to show you guys some of the cool ideas or some cool use cases that you can use for the participation modules that we have within LT Fan platform. So maybe you've come here from the longer 1 hour setup guide that we published recently, or maybe you just stumbled upon this video because you're looking for some inspiration on how to use some of these participation modules. So anyway, I'm going to jump into the platform, and I have a mock platform that I also worked on in that setup guide. I'll link it in the description below, or I'll post it somewhere in the video. You can head over to that and see the long form to help you get started, get your platform published and created, start creating some content, NFTs, and to get you to that point. And this is kind of more of a deep dive or a little bit of a closer look at some of the participation interplay that you can do with some of the different modules. So, and on that note, I'm going to jump into the fan platform manager and just show you guys the back end UI of how you can do some of these things. So here we are. We're in the Liquiditeam Fan Platform Manager. You see that on the left side, you have different types of participation, right? So you have ideations, AMAs, votings, and proposals. The three types of participation features that I'm going to focus on are the top three, so votings, AMAs, and ideations. And the first of which is going to be ideations. So I'm going to show you guys now, just hop into ideations, open in a new tab. And you see, I've created this ideation mission about 2 weeks ago when I was doing the demo. And it's essentially just an open forum. So think of ideations like open forums, where I propose something to the community. In this case, it's a question on who will be the 2022 NFL running back one. That's just who's going to be the best running back in the NFL for 2022. And I opened it up for fans to then submit their ideas of running backs that they think will be the top guy. And I said, hey, at the end, there's going to be some type of prize on the winning, everyone who votes for the winning answer or something like that. And I'll go ahead and just show it to you guys in the platform. So I'm going to go to the participation. I'm going to go to ideations, and I'm going to find the Jonathan Taylor, who will be the RB1. And I see that 3 names appear now at the top of the list. I'm going to go ahead and boost this one just to show you guys. So let's just say that Jonathan Taylor, let's hit a refresh. We'll say that Christian McCaffrey with 26 votes, Jonathan Taylor with it should be like 28 now because I just voted. Let's do a hard refresh just to make sure so that you guys see. And there you go. So Jonathan Taylor is number 1 with 28, Christian McCaffrey with 26. And this is just me in this platform. So just imagine that there's way more answers, way more boosts, way more votings and stuff like that from your community. So that's the first step of this content interaction campaign, or whatever you want to call it, a campaign to get your users engaged, interactive, and participate within your community, right? Because an engaged community is always extremely valuable for any type of brand creator, content creator, especially digital creators, of course. So let's head back now to the fan platform. That's the first step, right? So I create an ideation, I let them submit ideas. Now, what I'm going to do in this specific campaign is I'm basically going to say, all right, guys, from that ideation mission, the top 2 responses, so let's say there's 100 responses of different names, random guys, random sleepers, and stuff like that. I'm going to say that the top 2 are going to go to a vote. So we're going to narrow it down, and guys, sorry, but the top 2 we're going to then vote on. So I created the voting already. Time to vote on the RB1. So it's time to now see for the fans to actually vote on who's going to be the RB1. So we're going to head over to votings and see that I've already created this voting. It ends in 25 days. So it's time for the community to now vote on who they think the RB1 is going to be, right? And we have the 2 top options from the ideation mission that we created, which is Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey. Now, I'm basically saying that the winner of this voting will become the centerpiece of all of our exclusive content over the next 3 weeks. So we'll call it just for the month of May. As this voting ends at the end of April, we'll say that all of May, we're going to do just content on whoever wins this specific voting, right? So if anyone has him on one of their teams, anyone wants to know where they should draft him, if anyone wants to trade him, anything about this specific player, all of our content's going to be about. And in addition, what I can do is I can say, and in addition, guys, once a week, we're going to have an AMA session where you can ask anything Jonathan Taylor related within this AMA, and I will answer all of those questions. So we're going to open up the Jonathan Taylor AMA. We're going to look at it, and it's like, you guys voted and Jonathan Taylor won. So as I mentioned in the voting, let's just pretend that Jonathan Taylor wins the voting, as it's me, as I mentioned. Let's just say that at the end of this month, Jonathan Taylor wins. And we fast forward now to May. Fast forward, sound effect. And we're in May now. So now we have this AMA that I've created. You guys voted, Jonathan Taylor won. Ask me any questions that have to do with Jonathan Taylor. You will be May's running back centerpiece. So anything that includes Jonathan Taylor, of course. So we'll open it up. We'll see what it looks like. We'll do a refresh. Here's the current votings. Time to vote. We'll open it, and we see Jonathan Taylor. And we'll now go to AMAs. And here's the Jonathan Taylor AMA. Where should I draft Jonathan Taylor? Dynasty help. And then me as the operator will then come into this and reply to each of these throughout the AMA, or however you want to do it. You can gather them and then on one day answer, maybe the top 10 that are boosted. You could set different parameters around this AMA. But that's just some of the interplay that you could do with the different types of participation modules, as you guys see. You got ideations where you open up the floor, votings where you narrow down some of those decisions, and then AMAs where you create content or create conversations around those specific voting results, or however else you want to do. You could start to get pretty creative with things like that. Or you can include some of your sponsors. You can include some partners. You can include some other podcasters or other brands within your space, or you can do joint AMAs or joint votings. There's tons of different options with these types of participation models. And yeah, that's just a quick video for you guys, a short explanation on some of the interplay with a use case on this demo platform. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it's helpful, and I will catch you guys on the next one.